We have an old saying in Ireland, "Is minic a brush bail dinner a hrone," which means it's many a man's mouth broke his nose. But in this case, it's many a man's mouth got his ass locked up. Now this fella was about to be put off for a little while, but then he spoke too soon, and he spoke in the wrong way, and the judge was having none of it. Now as you know, disrespect in the court does not stand with a lot of these judges. In fact, most of them. Least of all with Judge Simpson. But in the second clip, he's able to have a bit of a laugh with a guy who doesn't really know what to call him. Now I remember telling a fella before that he has to call the magistrate Your Majesty, and needless to say that got a few laughs. Now it's all fun and games until the prosecutor pipes up, shows that he is really not happy with this guy's situation, and it gets a little bit heated, so you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for that. Anyway, on to the first clip.
Counsel, we have Michael Sanzoni.
Nimish Ganatra for the people.
And what are we doing today, Jen? Where's your client?
Mr. Sanzoni, are you there?
Hello. Yes, sir.
State your name, sir.
Michael Anthony Sanzoni.
All right. What are we doing on this case?
Yeah, there was some discovery previously that needed to be obtained. It was a video. Prosecution provided me a copy of it. They have as well a copy of it. I reached out to them this morning. Apparently, the prosecutor signing the file has not had the opportunity to review the video, which could be dispositive in nature. So I guess we need one more.
So what do you want? An adjournment so that they can look?
Yes.
Guys, just tell me what you want me to do.
Yeah, adjourn it, Your Honor, please. Yeah.
No objection.
Dismiss it.
Oh yeah, that's definitely going to happen.
This is silly.
Yeah,
This is so silly.
Sir,
Mr. Sanzoni?
Sir.
I
don't wanna hear
saying
it.
anything.
Oh, you weren't saying anything. That's funny because I thought you were saying that thing. Or a couple of things over the judge. Shall we review the tape, ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
This is silly. This is silly.
Yeah,
This is so silly.
And with that, I find that you were saying a thing.
Mr. Sanzoni, please don't talk at all.
I wasn't. I apologize.
Sorry to interrupt again so soon, but why would you apologize if you didn't?
July 27th, 2023, 9 a.m., or as your Zoom invite indicates. And counsel, I'm presuming between now and then you'll check your client, because otherwise I'll do what I got to do.
I have
Thank
4
you.
kids and run a roofing crew, sir. This is out of control. Thank
You
you.
know what? Yeah, does he really want to keep talking to me? Because I'm
No,
going
Your
to.
Honor. No, Your Honor.
we
I'll have
don't-
a conversation with Mr.
Tell your
Sanzoni.
client his bond's revoked. I want him to report to the Washtenaw County Jail by 6 p.m. this evening.
Your Honor.
He does not disrespect the court in that fashion. That will never happen. Defendant's bond in this case is revoked. He's to report to the Washtenaw County Jail by 6 p.m. this evening.
I don't know what you're smiling at, creepy sideburn boy. You won't be far behind him if you keep going the way you're going. Mind you, people like you get a special cell, don't they?
Failure to report will result in a bench warrant with no bond.
Can we have this hearing set for next week then?
If he reports.
I mean, the prosecution's
But
had
you
enough
better-
time to really review this video, and it's dispositive in nature. I mean, it's very. I think
Your
my
client is
did-
disrespectful to this court. I'm not having it. I've revoked his bond. I want him to report. Then we'll move the hearing.
And you have it scheduled right now for the 27th, you said. Do I need to contact the court after he reports?
They'll let me know whether he's here or not, because we're going to have to issue a bench warrant or not.
Your mouth can really get you in trouble. And it seems from what they were saying about how this video would show him in a decent light, that maybe he wouldn't get in trouble in the long run. But way to go, bud, now you are. Now this next clip starts off a little bit lighter, but it nosedives towards the end. So again, you're definitely going to want to stick around for this one. Also, there's a load of really weird stuff going on in the background of other people's screens over here. One guy is, I think he's doing a YouTube cooking channel. The other one seems to be waving to people in the side chat of Judge Simpson's live stream, because when people would comment something, she'd react and wave back. And a lot of people were talking about that in the side chat as well.
Torshell Feaster, Assistant Public Defender, standing in place of Mr. Ward. Mr. Vasher, please state your name for the record.
My name is Thomas Beck.
Thank you. And I have 3 cases for Mr. Vasher. And I'm not sure what we're doing on any of the 3.
Well, thank you, Judge. Obviously, I am not either. If the court would give me just 1 second, please, Judge, I apologize.
Your Honor, Andrew Bann, Assistant Public Defender, just Mr. Ward.
Well, we got 4 of you?
Well, we don't have the
Go
one
ahead.
who's needed at the moment. Mr. Ward just stepped out of the office. He and I are sharing an office at the moment. I'm not sure if he's covering an exam or what, but I can find him. We're both at the courthouse.
Your Honor,
Yeah,
Your Honor, I understand their situation. Mr. Vasher has a more recent case that was authorized that's on the PCC for today. We've been talking about a global plea. So I expect that Mr. Ward was wanting to adjourn it to give more time for us to negotiate.
No, we didn't. We talked yesterday and we weren't going to adjourn. We was actually trying to work with a decision because I was sentenced to a year in Washtenaw County Jail already on the one case.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. I'm sorry, go ahead, Mr. Vasher.
I was sentenced to a year in Washtenaw County Jail with time for 330 days credited time served, with release to treatment, with release to sober living for 6 months, with release to probation for 6 months, and continued after that. I got a personal bond on the case that popped up last time when I was in front of Simpson, and he said he wanted to wait to see what
Judge
we're gonna do
Simpson,
with
but
that.
go ahead.
Yes, sorry, Judge. I think I understand where we are. Thank you, Mr. Ganasher, and thank you, Mr. Vasher. Judge, based on that information from both Mr. Ganasher and Mr. Vasher, I would ask the court to adjourn this matter, but I'd ask the court to consider amending Mr. Vasher's bond so that he could be released to treatment, Your Honor.
Yes, please. That's what we were trying to do. So I could go to treatment. I got a house payment. I'm 2 months behind on rent. I'm going crazy.
I think you're already gone crazy. Wish.com, Marilyn Manson.
I understand.
I just 2 weeks into my 5-year-old son's life I never met before, and I'm just starting to grow as a human. I mean, honestly.
You done?
I think so, Judge. And Judge
So-
Simpson, not Judge Simpson, Judge Simpson. He's sorry about that.
I do need to be, I do have to have him have it in him say it that I can be released to treatment or I can't go.
Him being the Honorable Judge Simpson, yes.
Yes, Your Honorable Judge Simpson,
Get
please.
a pronoun name. I don't get a title. That's all right. Go ahead. I'm good. Is he done yet?
I think so, Judge.
So,
Your Honor, I apologize, Zachary Ward. I was
Oh,
at the
so
podium.
now you show up. Go ahead.
Your Honor, I was at the podium before Judge Perry. I apologize so much, Your Honor.
All right. Well, so what are we doing? You're now my 3rd public defender on this case. Well, and that doesn't include Vasher. So go ahead. Okay. So now you muted yourself and you're talking to me.
You're muted, Zach.
Your Honor, we'd be requesting all 3 matters for set for preliminary exam.
Oh, so you want all these set for preliminary exam?
Yes, and I would love to address bond if the court will.
Well, okay, everybody else has, but see, so I'll set them for preliminary examination. July 18th, 2023, 9 a.m. That's before Judge Barr. Now, my understanding, before you go into a long explanation regarding bond, since we've heard from Vasher, what my understanding is, you just wanted the ability to have him released on a PR to treatment.
Yes, Your Honor, and we addressed bond at the previous PCC, and I informed the
Oh, I
court
remember.
about all of Mr. Vasher's ties to the community. So I would reiterate those, as well as advise the court that we were trying to get Mr. Vasher into drug court, which the people aren't in agreement with, but he is very motivated for treatment. So that's the request for the release to treatment.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna continue his bond on all of these matters. Submit to me a written order because I've got 3 cases here to make sure that we've got them all covered so he can be released. I think that's the cleanest way to do it.
So is that removing the $10,000 hold and releasing me to treatment?
Oh, are you asking me?
Yes.
My understanding is you wanted that you would be released on a PR to treatment.
Okay, yes, from you.
Oh, yeah.
The Honorable Judge
The
Simpson.
only thing holding me up
I don't
for
know who else
treatment
is gonna
is,
do it.
Your Honorable Judge Simpson, is the $10,000 bond with you. That's the
Now,
only thing
so you
holding
didn't
me
give me time before, now you gave me all of them. All right, so look, Mr. Basher,
Yes, Your Honor.
your attorney and all the attorneys that represented you today know exactly what I ordered.
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
I just need a written order. They will get that to me and then we'll be done.
Yes, Your Honor. Honorable Judge.
Anything else?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And have a
Your
blessed.
Honor, Your Honor, I just want to say one thing.
Now, Judge Simpson might not be ready to put the old hammer down on this fella, but Mr. Ganatra really is. And he lets it be known to the court how he feels about this lad and all of the stuff that he's trying to get given to him.
It's going to be a long docket. There's a lot of demands that come from the requests from attorneys on every file. And there are these requests for felony drug court. And when you have violent offenders, people with violent offense convictions on their record, they're not going to be a good fit for that treatment court. Right. And this is the perfect example. This man right here is a perfect example. He's not getting into that clunky drug court. And if the PD wants to set this for exam, that's fine. On 3 separate cases, we're going to be bringing witnesses in, police officers in. And if they don't want to go negotiate at that point, that's fine. I can respect that. But every time we set these cases for exam, we're bringing in people from work, from their shift, and then the conversation, I don't know if they want to continue it or not, but I'm just letting them know.
So, all right. Because I was going to ask, but I thought the parties had talked about this, and I apologize, Mr. King, as to with this modification in bond, we're having these set for exam. Is that right, Mr. Ward?
That's correct, Your Honor. My understanding is that Mr. Vasher is not open to any resolution other than drug court. I advised him of the people's
I
position,
see.
which is why.
Okay, so that, hold on, now I understand how we got here. So here's what I'm gonna do. All of these will be set for preliminary examination as indicated on July 18, 2023 at 9. Okay? As to the order regarding the bond, I'm only signing it if it is stipulated to. Pardon?
What is the stipulations?
Well, you might want to talk to your attorney about that. I've made it very clear what I'm doing. Thank you, Mr. Vasher.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, I'd be one of the first people to say that I think these drug courts and those treatment programs are absolutely vital. I've seen so many success stories both here in the US and in Australia of people who have done those and have done really, really well in their life thereafter. But it is definitely not for everybody. Now, maybe this guy genuinely wants to make a change. I don't know. But it seems like his history would indicate otherwise. And I think that's why Mr. Ganatra was getting so angry, because it puts a lot of strain on the courts to do these things, and then people fail. Then you have to have more hearings. It costs more money and time. There's only so many people that can go through those courts at any given time, so it could be taking a space from somebody who really needs it. But let me know what you think down below. Anyway, lads and lassies, thank you so much for joining me today. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure and give it a big thumbs up, and we'll catch you in the next one. Sláinte.